Hello, so it's Stephanie Toman again, looking at the Module 5, Basic Access, so doing databases using the Access software. So it's going to look at the queries this time. Queries quite a big area, so I suggest you, if you're not sure about it, please do concentrate on it and see what you can gather from it. It's got quite a lot of areas, but really useful tool to extract and analyse information. I hope you enjoy it. We're going to open up the demo clubs. Remember the slides there that go across all of this. So moving on, we're now going to look at some query examples. So query is about extracting information. So this is a contact query. So if I right click on it and go to design view, this is using the contact table. It's using particular fields from the contact table. Remember how we bring them down. So if I just get rid of contact, delete. Let's use the delete key. And I grab the contact ref and drop it there. It drops it back in again. So you're dropping them, or double clicking on them will drop them in automatically by in sequence. You may not want the initials in your, you can either delete it or you can take the display out. So when you take the display out, remember when you run it, there's no initial in there. Back in again, tick on the initial, run it, the initials are there. But you could actually just take them out because you don't want that information. You may decide not to have a hobby and delete that. And then what I've done in here is I've asked for criteria of a town starting with L, and we've used an L asterisk. So what you would do, let's go to the full data and run. We've got a few towns, so let's use any town beginning with H, Hilbury. So we go to the across the fields, town and city, into the criteria field here, and type in Hilbury. Right. Just going to go back in, check out. Well, let's take that out. I think I've done the spelling wrong, really important. Hilbury, so I could actually just copy that and paste it in. Click away and the speech marks come around. So if I wanted Hilbury and I run, I just get Hilbury. If I wanted to do it a quick way, I could just type H and asterisk. H and asterisk means any town beginning with H. Click away and it puts the like and the speech marks wrap around the H and the asterisk because they're characters, letters. Then when you run it, you get all the towns beginning with H. You could go on to do T, click away, run, you've got one there. And so that's using a asterisk to represent anything following that letter. It's a really quick way. Close that and you can save. This one here, the date query between, it's probably one of the trickier ones. If we go into the design view, let's double click in the junction just like you can on a database front-end datasheet view, and you also can in spreadsheets. And what we can do here is we've been asked to put in criteria for a start date that's later than or after, they will use language like that, and including the 16th. So they're going to be putting greater than and equal to the 16th, and it's going to be 01/208. And I've got before, less than, but starting on, could say it like that, 23/03/208. Notice that when I click away, it's going to put some hashes in to fix it for me, and it's also going to change the and you can see that it's done that there. So it now looks like what it did before we modified it. So when we run this, in the exam, you're not really going to know because you won't know the dates initially, but you won't be able to really know if it's worked in a matter of seconds. So just trust yourself, make sure you put it in carefully and watch for those words after, before, make sure that you do include them. And if you include the date itself, then you're going to put an equal sign in, which always follows a chevron. So that's a way of putting that one. So I'm going to close that one. And then we're going to look at this one, drama and swimming. So right click and straight into design view. This is where I've got two criteria. So you've got criteria there and all there. So I'll take the 3 out because that's another, I can put that in a minute for 3 hours. So first we're going to run it with drama and swimming. And that brings up those two features. If we were going to put 3 hours in as a criteria and run, just one of them comes up because it's got 3 hours. So you can do more than one criteria. You can do 2 criteria in there. You could have another bit of criteria to really narrow it down. So it's about playing and finding it. When you run it, it's just a snapshot still. It's not until you save it using the save box that it actually becomes something that you can run continuously or use over and over again. Be aware in the exam, it's really important that when you do an modifying or changing an existing query, you are expected to click on that save at the end before you hit answer, even though they don't tell you to. It's the only one really in the series of exams that don't instruct you to save. But if you've changed and modified a query, whether simulated or not, you actually have changed the content of it. So you do have to hit the save. It's still called the same. It's just changing and hitting the save. Okay, so more that we can look at for examples is the not drama. So if we open that one in design view, so here you can see the drama and it's got 2 chevrons, greater than and less than and greater than opposite each other. So quite a distinctive sign. And then drama. So if we were putting that in, let's run it. So we've got everything but drama. Let's change it to chess. So let's take that out. Let's go in. So remember chevron, chevron, chess. Click away and it puts the speech marks in for you. So then when you run it, it's everything but chess. Okay, so that's a not, a non-matching criteria is what they call it. Let's close that. Right, save it, and let's have a look at the facility query for a wildcard. Okay, so if we run this, we could pick up some of this longer. It's got lots of text. We could pick up anything begin with S really. We'll bring out swimming apparatus and the port sports equipment. So if we've got the facility name, we could put S asterisk, click and run. And then we come up with those two and the corresponding information. So queries, remember, I'm just going to close this. I'm just going to do a quick creating a query just to remind you, Query Wizard will not do what we need. So we need to use the query design. Let's drop a table on there and close. Remember to drop your fields they're asking you about onto the table. They generally in the exam ask you to save it at the beginning. You don't have to, but remember to save it, use the save box. That will name it. It brings this up here, so we can just call it query 1 just for now. And then think about some things like criteria. What field are you placing it under? Is it a something you can use an asterisk with? If they're asking you to use a wildcard, that's what it means. Is it a between where you have to use greater than and equal to? Is it a not, a non-match? You might need to use that. Is it more than one criteria? And then some other things you need to think about. I showed you the show and hide display. So that's these. So if you're asked not to display something and run it, you're not displaying the club breath by taking that out. So that's, you don't delete it, you just take it out. Other things you could do is if we look at the front end, you could actually sort things as well. You've got this sort feature. If you click in, there it is. And you could also run it with something ascending order like that. Run it, club, oh, not club ref, club name. But you see how it didn't change? I noticed it didn't change. I should have seen it like that. So it's really easy to get the wrong one. These are right tiny little things. And then be really careful. Okay, so that's the queries, extracting and analysing data.